The SUVification of the automobile market continues apace, with buyers in even the smallest segment now deciding that they, too, want the higher seating position in all-wheel drive versions, the bad weather capability afforded by a crossover-type vehicle. Honda is showing more hustle than usual with the new 2016 R-V, getting into this game in the still early innings. The Nissan Juke, the Mini Countryman, and the Buick Encore were the pioneers, but in the past year the size of the field has more than doubled, with new entrants such as the Chevy Trax, the Jeep Renegade, the Fiat 500X, and the upcoming Mazda CX-3. The HR-V crossover, which slots in below the wildly popular CR-V in size and price, promises to be a strong entrant in this burgeoning field. Whereas the CR-V is based on the Civic, the HR-V shares its platform with the Fit subcompact. The HR-V, however, is a whole order of magnitude more solid and substantial feeling than that waif-like little box. The cabin is much wider, the windshield isn't miles away, and the interior design and materials are better. If you never looked behind you, you could easily be convinced that this is a new CR-V. Indeed, the HR-V is substantially larger than the Fit. Its wheelbase is longer by 3.2 inches, its front track wider by 2.1 inches, and the rear track is up by 2.6 inches. Overall, the HR-V casts a shadow 9.1 inches longer and 2.8 inches wider than the Fit, and it stands 3.2 inches taller. Those extra inches, of course, bring with them more weight. Compared to the Fit, the HR-V is nearly 400 pounds heavier by Honda's measurements. Even so, its carb weight of roughly 3,000 pounds is svelte for this class. In other markets, the HR-V uses the Fit's 130 HP 1.5-liter four-cylinder, but for the United States, Honda wisely bypassed that engine in favor of the larger, 1.8-liter unit from the Civic. Alice, the 1.8 liters output isn't that much greater, mustering 141 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 127 pounds-ft of torque at 4,300 revolutions per minute, figures that are near the bottom of the baby ute pile. It's no surprise, then, that the HR-V is slow, with 0 to 60 times likely falling in the 9 to 10 second range. The CVT automatic, which has the only available transmission with AUD, sends revs soaring and keeps them there while one waits for speed to build. Or one can flap through the pedals, which causes the transmission to run through 7 preset ratios. Honda offers a 6-speed manual in front-wheel drive LX and X models, and it provides the sensation of livelier acceleration. We like that the stick is easy to shift, but the clutch travel seems long and the throws a bit ropey. Unfortunately, the manual is at a real disadvantage in fuel economy. According to the EPA, the automatic returns 28/35 miles per gallon with front-wheel drive, beating the manual by 3 miles per gallon in the city and 1 mile per gallon on the highway. The CVT-only AUG model nets ratings of 27/32 miles per gallon. All of those figures are at or near the top of the class. On our straight, flat, and traffic-choked drive route in South Florida, the HR-V didn't display much verve for cornering, although it didn't have much opportunity to do so beyond an aggressively taken on-ramp or two. The HR-V's electric power steering system, though, does offer reasonable effort, and the suspension capably soaks up road irregularities. The HR-V's real talents lie elsewhere, chiefly in its people and cargo carrying capacity. Packaging has long been a Honda forte, and it's definitely on display here. The HR-V follows the Fit's lead in cleverly placing the fuel tank under the front seats, which allows the rear seat cushion to flip up, creating a practical space for ferrying taller objects. Alternately, the split rear seat backs can flop forward, as can the front passenger seatback. Even when it's not showing off its gymnastic flexibility, the HR-V boasts the largest cargo hold among its peers, whether that's behind the rear seats or with that row folded. And the extremely low cargo floor facilitates easy loading, a boon for those who frequently haul heavy items.